How are you guys doing? Today is Thursday, June 10th, 2021, out here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims, and for this episode of The Elite, I'm going to review the Elite matchups and performances from yesterday, Wednesday, June 9th, 2021. And for, like I just said, I'm going to get started with the NBA because there was only one game of playoff basketball yesterday. And jumping out to Phoenix, the second seed Phoenix Suns hosted the third seed Denver Nuggets. In this matchup, the Suns would end up beating the Nuggets 123-98 to take game two. For the Nuggets in this matchup, their leading scorer was their elite starting center, Nikola Jokic. He finished with 24 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists in 30 minutes. He would shoot 9 for 17 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3, and 5 for 6 from the foul line. For the Phoenix Suns in this matchup, their leading scorer would end up being their elite starting shooting guard out of Kentucky, Devin Booker. He finished with 18 points and 10 rebounds, as well as 2 assists in 33 minutes. He shot 6 for 14 from the field, 3 for 7 from 3, and a perfect 3 for 3 from the line. Their elite starting point guard, Chris Paul, would finish with 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 15 assists in 31 minutes, as the Wake Forest product shot 6 for 10 from the field, 2 for 2 from 3, and a perfect 3 for 3 from the line. With this win, the second seed Phoenix Suns have taken game two. They now hold a 2-0 series lead over the third seed Denver Nuggets. Game three will be played in Denver as Denver looks to even up the series. That's what's going on with basketball. Jumping out to what's going on in the baseball diamond, starting off in Dallas. The Texas Rangers hosted the San Francisco Giants and were able to pull off a 4-3 win, especially after winning this game in extra innings. For the Texas Rangers, the start went to Kyle Gibson. He allowed 2 earned runs in 6 innings pitched starting with the Giants. The start for the San Francisco Giants would end up going to Zach Little. Zach Little would allow no earned runs in 1 inning pitch as he struck out 1. The loss, however, would go to their closer, Jake McGee. In extra innings, he would pitch .2 innings, allowing no earned runs but 1 run total, as he was unable to strike out a batter. With this loss, Jake McGee is now 1-2 as a relief pitcher. The only player on the San Francisco Giants that had more than 1 hit was their catcher, Chadwick Tromp. He went 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run as he hit his first home run of the season. For the Texas Rangers, the start went to Kyle Gibson. He allowed 2 earned runs in 6 innings pitched as he struck out 5. The win will go to the Rangers closer, Brett Martin. He allowed no earned runs, 1 run in 2 innings pitched. And with this win, Martin is now 1-2 as a relief pitcher on the season. The only hitter for the Rangers that had more than 1 hit was their right fielder, Eli White. He went 2 for 4 with a run on the day. With this win, the Texas Rangers are now 24-39. With this loss, the San Francisco Giants are now 38-23. Staying within the context of the Bay, but jumping out to Oakland, the Oakland Athletics hosted the Arizona Diamondbacks. They were able to pull off a 4-0 win after scoring 3 of their runs in the second inning. For the Arizona Diamondbacks in this matchup, the start and the loss would end up going to Matt Peacock. He allowed 3 earned runs in 1.2 innings pitched as he struck out 1. With this loss, Peacock is now 2-3 as a starting pitcher. And nobody in their batting lineup would finish with more than 1 hit. They were only held to 2 hits on the day thanks to great Oakland pitching. The start and the win went to Sean Manaea. He allowed no earned runs in 6 innings pitched as he struck out 3. With this win, he is now 5-2 as a starting pitcher this year. Their center fielder, Mark Canha, would end up going 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs as he hit his 3rd triple of the season. And then their second baseman, Jed Lowry, will go 3 for 4 with an RBI. With this win, the Oakland Athletics are now 37-26. And with this loss, the Arizona Diamondbacks are 20-43, holding the worst record in the league. Jumping out to San Diego, the San Diego Padres hosted the Chicago Cubs, and the Cubs would come from behind to end up beating the Padres to get their 35th win of the season. They won this game 3-1. For the Padres, the start and the loss went to their elite starting pitcher, Yu Darvish. He allowed 2 earned runs in 7 innings pitched as he struck out 8. With this loss, Yu Darvish is now 6-2 on the season. Nobody on the team would finish with more than 1 hit, and a lot of that can be attributed to great pitching from the Cubs. For the Cubs, the start went to Jake Arrieta, their former Cy Young winner. He allowed 1 earned run in 5 innings pitched as he struck out 6. The win would go to the Cubs' first relief pitcher, Rex Brothers. He allowed no earned runs in 1 inning pitched as he struck out 2. With this win, Rex Brothers is 2-0 as a relief pitcher, and the save went to Craig Kimbrell. He allowed no earned runs in 1 inning pitched. With this save, he now has 15 on the year. Nobody on the team would finish with more than 1 hit, but Jock Peterson, their left fielder, would go 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run. He hit his 7th home run of the season. With this win, the Chicago Cubs are now 35-27. With this loss, the San Diego Padres are now 37-27. Jumping out to Baltimore, the Baltimore Orioles hosted the New York Mets, and the Mets were able to beat the Baltimores 14-1 to keep their lead in the NL East. For the Orioles, the start and the loss went to Matt Harvey. He allowed 7 earned runs in 3 innings pitched as he struck out 2. With this loss, Matt Harvey is now 3-7 as a starting pitcher, and their third baseman Michael Franco was the only player who had more than 1 hit. He went 2 for 3 on the day. For the Mets, the start and the win went to Taijuan Walker. He allowed 1 earned run in 7 innings pitched as he struck out 9. With this win, Taijuan Walker now has a 5-2 record. And in their batting lineup, their third baseman, Jonathan Villar, would end up going 2 for 5 with 2 runs. Their elite first baseman, Pete Alonso, would end up going 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs and 3 runs as he hit his 10th home run of the season yesterday. Their catcher, James McCann, would go 2 for 4 with an RBI and 2 runs, as James McCann would end up having a very good game for himself. Continuing on, their right fielder, Billy McKinney, would end up going 3 for 5 with 5 RBIs and 3 runs. He would go on to hit his 6th and 7th home runs of the season. Their left fielder, Kevin Pillar, would end up going 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs and 2 runs. Last but not least, their center fielder, Mason Williams, would go 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. Pillar would hit his 3rd and 4th home runs of the season, and then finishing off, Williams hit his 1st home run of the season for the Mets. With this win, the Mets are now 30-24, holding the best record in the National League East, and with this loss, the Baltimore Orioles are now 22-39, holding the worst record in the American League East. Jumping out to Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Pirates hosted the LA Dodgers, and the defending champs would beat the Pirates 2-1, as all of the scoring happened in the first 3 innings of the game. For the Pittsburgh Pirates in this matchup, the start and the loss went to their starting pitcher, Tyler Anderson. He allowed 2 earned runs in 6 innings pitched as he struck out 2. With this loss, he is now 3-6 on the season. And for the Los Angeles Dodgers, the start went to their starting pitcher, Tony Gonsolin. He would allow 1 earned run in 1.2 innings pitched as he struck out 4. The win would go to the Dodgers' first relief pitcher, Victor Gonzalez. Gonzalez would allow no earned runs in 1.1 inning pitch as he struck out 1, and the save went to Kenley Jansen. That's his 14th of the year. In the Dodgers batting lineup, their third baseman, Justin Turner, would go 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs as he hit his 10th and 11th home runs of the season. And then their future Hall of Fame first baseman, Albert Pujols, would go 2 for 4 on the day. With this win, the defending champ Los Angeles Dodgers are now 36-25, and with this loss, the Pittsburgh Pirates are now 23-37. Jumping out to Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Phillies hosted the Atlanta Braves and were able to pull off a 2-1 win off of a 2-run walk-off home run in the 9th inning. For the Atlanta Braves, the start went to Tucker Davidson. He allowed no earned runs in 6 innings pitched as he struck out 4. The blown save and the loss would go to their closer, Will Smith. He allowed 2 earned runs in 0.2 innings pitched as he struck out 1. This is his first blown save of the season, and with this loss, he is now 1-5 as a relief pitcher this season. In their batting lineup, their elite second baseman, Ozzie Albies, would go 3 for 4, and the only other player with more than 1 hit was their catcher, William Contreras, who also went 3 for 4, but he had the only RBI of the game. For the Philadelphia Phillies, the start went to Zach Eflin. He allowed 1 earned run in 6 innings pitched as he struck out 7. The win will go to their only relief pitcher, Ranger Suarez, who allowed no earned runs in 3 innings pitched as he struck out 3. With this win, Suarez is now 2-0 as a relief pitcher. In their batting lineup, the only player that had more than 1 hit was their center fielder, Luke Williams, who went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run with his first home run of the season. With this win, the Philadelphia Phillies are now 29-31, and with this loss, the Atlanta Braves are now 29-30. Jumping out to Boston, out to Fenway, the Boston Red Sox hosted the Houston Astros, and the Astros were able to beat the Red Sox 8-3. For the Boston Red Sox in this matchup, the start and the loss went to Nate Eovaldi. Eovaldi would allow 5 earned runs in 5.2 innings pitched as he struck out 5. With this loss, Nathan Eovaldi is now 7-3 on the season, and nobody on the Boston Red Sox would finish with more than 1 hit. A lot of that can be attributed to good pitching from the Astros. The start and the win for the Astros went to their starting pitcher, Jake Odorizzi. Odorizzi would allow 3 earned runs in 5 innings pitched as he struck out 6. And then the save would end up going to their only closer of the day, Christian Javier. Javier would allow no earned runs in 4 innings pitched as he struck out 3. This is Javier's first save of the season. In their batting lineup, their shortstop, Carlos Correa, will go 2 for 5 with 2 runs. Their elite second baseman, Jose Altuve, would go 1 for 6 with an RBI and a run as Altuve hit his 10th home run of the season. Their left fielder, Yordan Alvarez, would end up going 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. Their first baseman, Yuli Gurriel, would end up going 2 for 5 with an RBI and a run. Not to mention Bregman hit his 7th home run of the season. I don't know if I said that earlier. Their designated hitter, Michael Brantley, would go 3 for 5 with an RBI and a run. The right fielder, Kyle Tucker, would go 2 for 4 with a run. And their center fielder, Miles Straw, would go 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. With this win, the Houston Astros are now 35-26. With this loss, the Boston Red Sox are now 37-25. Jumping out to Detroit, the Detroit Tigers hosted the Seattle Mariners, and the Mariners were able to beat the Tigers on the road after scoring 5 runs in the 11th inning to pull off the win. For the Tigers in this matchup, the start went to Casey Mize. He allowed 3 earned runs in 6 innings pitched as he struck out 6. The loss would go to their elite pitcher, or their relief pitcher, Daniel Norris. He allowed 4 earned runs in 1 inning pitched as he was unable to strike out a batter. With this loss, he is 0-2 as a relief pitcher for Detroit. And in their batting lineup, their left fielder, Robbie Grossman, would go 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs and a run. And then their sub center fielder, Akil Baddoo, would end up going 2 for 4 with 2 runs. For the Seattle Mariners, the start went to Chris Flexen. He allowed 3 earned runs in 6 innings pitched as he struck out 3. The win will go to the Seattle Mariners' penultimate relief pitcher, JT Chargois. Chargois would go on to allow no earned runs in 1 inning pitched as he struck out 2. He would blow his 2nd save of the season, but with this win, he is now 1-0 as a relief pitcher. In their batting lineup, their shortstop, J.P. Crawford, would go 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. Their left fielder, who in this matchup happened to be Jake Fraley, happened to go 2 for 5 with an RBI and a run. With this win, the Seattle Mariners are now 31-32. With this loss, the Detroit Tigers are now 25-36. Jumping out to Tampa Bay, the Tampa Bay Rays hosted the Washington Nationals, and the Nationals were able to beat the Rays 9-7 after outscoring the Rays 4-2 in extra innings. For the Tampa Bay Rays, the start went to Shane McClanahan. He allowed 3 earned runs in 3 innings pitched as he struck out 4. The loss would go to their closer, Diego Castillo. Castillo would allow 1 earned run in 1 inning pitched as he struck out 2. With this loss, Castillo is 2-3 on the season. In their batting lineup, their first baseman, Yandy Diaz, would go 2 for 4 with a run. Their elite designated hitter, Randy Arozarena, would go 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs and a run. Their pinch-hitting third baseman, Joey Wendell, would go 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs and a run as he hit his 7th home run of the season. For the Washington Nationals, the start went to Patrick Corbin. He allowed 3 earned runs in 5 innings pitched as he struck out 3. The win would go to their relief pitcher, Brad Hand. He allowed 2 runs in 2 innings pitched as he struck out 3. With this win, he is now 3-2 as a relief pitcher, and the save went to their closer, Tanner Rainey. He allowed no earned runs in 1 inning pitched as he struck out 2. With this save, Rainey now has 1 save of the year. Their first baseman, Ryan Zimmerman, will go 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs as he hit his 7th and 8th home runs of the season. Their elite right fielder, Juan Soto, will go 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 3 runs as he hit his 8th home run of the year. Their third baseman, Starlin Castro, will go 2 for 5 with an RBI and a run. And then their center fielder, Victor Robles, will go 2 for 5. With this win, the Washington Nationals are now 25-33, and with this loss, the Tampa Bay Rays, the reigning American League champs, are now 39-24. Jumping out to Miami, the Miami Marlins hosted the Colorado Rockies, and the Rockies would end up beating the Marlins 4-3 as they both teams were scoreless in the final 3 innings of the game. For the Miami Marlins in this matchup, the start and the loss would end up going to Braxton Garrett. He allowed 2 earned runs in 4 innings pitched as he struck out 3. With this loss, he's now 0-1 as a starting pitcher this year. And the only player on their team with more than 1 hit was their shortstop, Jazz Chisholm Jr. He went 2 for 5 with an RBI. For the Colorado Rockies in this matchup, the start and the win went to Austin Gomber. He allowed 1 earned run in 5 innings pitched as he struck out 5 himself. The save will go to their closer, Daniel Bard. Bard would go on to allow no earned runs in 1 inning pitched as he struck out a batter. That's his 8th save of the year. In their batting lineup, their left fielder, Raimel Tapia, will go 3 for 5 with 2 runs. Then their elite right fielder, Charlie Blackmon, will go 2 for 5 with an RBI and a run. With this win, the Colorado Rockies are now 25-37. With this loss, the Miami Marlins are 26-35. Jumping out to Cincinnati, the Cincinnati Reds hosted the Milwaukee Brewers. The Reds would beat the Brewers 7-3 as all 7 of their runs came in the first 4 innings of the game. For the Milwaukee Brewers in this matchup, the start and the loss would end up going to their starting pitcher, Brett Anderson will go on to allow 4 earned runs in 3 innings pitched. With this loss, Brett Anderson is now 2-4 as a starting pitcher for Milwaukee. In their batting lineup, the only player that had more than 1 hit was their shortstop, Willy Adames, who went 4 for 4 on the day. And then for the Cincinnati Reds in this matchup, the start and the win would go to their starting pitcher, Vladimir Gutierrez. He would allow 2 earned runs in 7 innings pitched as he struck out 7. With this win, Vladimir Gutierrez is now 2-1 as a starting pitcher. In their batting lineup, their catcher, Tyler Stevenson, would end up going 2-for-4 with 3 RBIs. He was the only player for the Reds with more than 1 hit. With this win, the Cincinnati Reds are now 29-30. With this loss, the Milwaukee Brewers are now 34-27. Jumping out to Chicago, the Chicago White Sox hosted the Toronto Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays were able to beat the White Sox 6-2 on the road as the Blue Jays scored 5 of their 6 runs in the 8th and 9th innings. It would be a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. walk that actually tied the game, and then after that, they just ran up the score. For the Chicago White Sox in this matchup, the start went to Lance Lynn. He allowed 1 earned run in 7 innings pitched as he struck out 9. The loss would go to the White Sox first relief pitcher, Aaron Bummer. He allowed 3 earned runs in 0.1 inning pitch as he struck out 1. That's his 5th blown save of the season, and with this loss, Bummer is now 0-4 as a relief pitcher this season. Nobody in the batting lineup would finish with more than 1 hit. A lot of that can be attributed to great pitching from the Toronto Blue Jays side. The start for Toronto would go to Alex Manoah. He would allow 1 earned run in 5 innings pitched as he struck out 4. The win would go to the Blue Jays' second relief pitcher, Tyler Chatwood. Chatwood would allow no earned runs in 1 inning pitch as he struck out 1. With his win, Chatwood is now 1-2 as a relief pitcher. In their batting lineup, their shortstop, Bo Bichette, will go 3-for-5 with a run, and then their third baseman, Joe Panik, will go 2-for-4. With this win, the Toronto Blue Jays are now 31-28. With this loss, the Chicago White Sox are 37-24. Jumping out to Minneapolis, the Twins hosted the New York Yankees, and the Yankees were able to beat the Twins 9-6 to give Garrett Cole his 7th win of the season. For the Minnesota Twins, the start and the loss went to Randy Dobnak. Dobnak would allow 8 earned runs in 4.2 innings pitched as he was unable to strike out a batter. With this loss, Randy Dobnak is 1-6 as a starting pitcher this season. In their batting lineup, their second baseman, Jorge Polanco, would go 2-for-5 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs. Their right fielder, Alex Kirilloff, would go 2-for-4 with a run. And then their first baseman, Miguel Sano, would go 3-for-4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs. Polanco would hit his 7th and 8th home runs of the season. And then Sano would hit his 12th home run of the season as well. For the New York Yankees in this matchup, the start and the win went to Garrett Cole, their elite starting pitcher. He allowed 2 earned runs in 6 innings pitched as he struck out 9. With this win, Garrett Cole is now 7-3 on the season. In their batting lineup, their elite right fielder, Aaron Judge, would go 2-for-4 with an RBI and 2 runs as he hit his 15th home run of the season. Their elite designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton, would go 3-for-5 with 5 RBIs and 2 runs as he hit his 10th and 11th home runs of the season. Their third baseman, Gio Urshela, will go 2-for-3 with a run. Their left fielder, Miguel Andujar, will go 2-for-4 with 2 RBIs and a run as Andujar would hit his 5th home run of the season. Their catcher, Kyle Higashioka, will go 2-for-5 with a run, and then their center fielder, Brett Gardner, will go 3-for-4 with an RBI. With this win, the New York Yankees are now 33-29, and with this loss, the Minnesota Twins are now 24-37. Jumping out to St. Louis, the St. Louis Cardinals hosted the Cleveland Indians in Busch Stadium, and the Cardinals will beat the Indians 8-2 as 6 of their 8 runs were scored in the first 3 innings. For the Cleveland Indians in this matchup, the start and the loss would end up going to their starting pitcher, J.C. Mejia. He would allow 4 earned runs in 0.2 innings pitched as he struck out a batter on the day. With this loss, he is now 1-1 as a starting pitcher this season, and nobody on the team would finish with more than 1 hit. For the St. Louis Cardinals, on the other hand, the start and the win went to Adam Wainwright. He allowed 2 earned runs in 7 innings pitched as he struck out 6. With this win, Adam Wainwright is now 4-5 as a starting pitcher this season. Their right fielder, Tommy Edman, will go 2-for-5 with a run. Their left fielder, Tyler O'Neill, will go 3-for-4 with 3 RBIs and 3 runs as he hit his 14th and 15th home runs of the season yesterday. With this win, the St. Louis Cardinals are now 32-30. With this loss, the Cleveland Indians are now 32-27. Last but not least, jumping out to Anaheim, the Los Angeles Angels hosted the Kansas City Royals and were able to pull off a 6-1 win at home to get their 30th win of the season. For the Kansas City Royals, the start and the loss went to their starting pitcher, Brad Keller. Keller would allow 5 earned runs in 5.1 innings pitched as he struck out 4. With this loss, Brad Keller is now 6-5 as a starting pitcher for Kansas City, and nobody in their batting lineup would finish with more than 1 hit. Jumping out to the Angels, the start and the win went to their starting pitcher, Griffin Canning. Canning would allow 1 earned run in 6.2 innings pitched as he struck out 6 on the day. With this win, Griffin Canning is now 5-4 on the season. In their batting lineup, their catcher, Max Stassi, would go 2-for-4 with a run, and the only other player with more than 1 hit for Los Angeles was their shortstop, Jose Iglesias. He went 2-for-3 with an RBI and a run. With this win, the Los Angeles Angels are now 30-32. And with this loss, the Kansas City Royals are now 29-31. Right now, that is how the MLB is looking after yesterday's games. Quickly looking at what's going on in the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. The New York Islanders out of the East, the Eastern Division champs, or they were able to beat the Boston Bruins to become the Eastern Division champs after they were able to beat the Bruins 6-2 yesterday in order to reach the Stanley Cup semis. They were led by their center, Nelson, and like I said, when this win, they have secured this in 6. Looking forward to what's going on today. It will be Game 6 of the Western Division final between the second seed Las Vegas Golden Knights and the first seed Colorado Avalanche, as the Golden Knights lead this series 3-2 as they can clinch this series today. Jumping out to see what's going on in the world of soccer because we are almost upon Euros. There's not much going on, but there's a lot to look forward to today as a lot of teams are going to face off today. With that said, I want to thank everyone for listening to all 20 minutes of this piece. I hope all is well. Once again, today is Thursday, June 10th, 2021 out here in this quarantine. Once all of today's exhibitions and matchups are done, I will come back tomorrow on Friday, June 11th for another installment of The Elite. But until then, I want to thank everyone for listening to this piece. I hope all is well, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Stay elite. I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out.